She was folding his shirt when the word came up again. "Someday," he said, leaning against the kitchen counter, coffee in his hand, scrolling through apartments neither of them would apply for. "We should get a place with better light." She smiled. "That one has the balcony you wanted, right?" He grinned. "Can you imagine coffee out there in the morning?" "Someday," she said softly. He nodded. "Exactly. Someday." He said it casually. The way people say things they don't plan to rush. And that was the moment she realized. Someday wasn't a date. If this story already feels familiar, you're not alone. You're welcome here. You're listening to AFROSEOUL HEARTS. Stories about timing, love, and the choices we delay. It had been 3 years. 3 years of his sweaters in her closet, his toothbrush by her sink, his name on her emergency contact forms. 3 years of comfort so thick it felt like safety. And it was safe. That was the thing. He was safe. "You heading to your mom's this weekend?" he asked, setting his phone down to actually look at her. "Yeah. She's making that stew." "The one with the plantains?" "That's the one." He smiled. "Tell her I'm jealous. You could come." "I know. I've got that thing with Steve on Saturday." "Rain check." "Always." He crossed the kitchen, kissed the top of her head while she folded. His hand lingered on her shoulder. Warm. Present. "Love you," he said. "Love you too." And she meant it. They'd met at a bookstore. One of those late summer evenings when the air still held heat, but the light had gone amber. She'd been reaching for a novel on the top shelf. He'd offered to help. Typical. Almost boring. But his hands had been careful when he handed her the book, and when he'd asked if she wanted coffee, his voice had no performance in it. That was what she'd loved first. How easy he was. No games. No posturing. Just presence. "You're different with him," her best friend Zara had said after meeting him. Calmer. She had been. He was steady. Consistent. The kind of man who remembered her favorite takeout order, who checked in without hovering, who listened when she talked about work frustrations and never tried to fix what didn't need fixing. He made her feel chosen. For a long time, that was everything. "Do you ever think about it?" she asked one night, 6 months in, her head on his chest in the dark. "Think about what?" "Where this goes." His hand moved slowly through her hair. "I think about it all the time. And I'm happy. Right here. With you." She'd smiled. Pressed closer. Because she was happy too. That was before "someday" became their language. It started so reasonably. Should they get a joint account? Let's wait until after tax season, make it cleaner. Made sense. Should they look at bigger apartments? Let's save a bit more first, do it right. Made sense. Should she meet his extended family? Definitely. Maybe at Christmas when everyone's together. Made sense. Everything made sense. She never pushed. Pushing felt like doubt, and she didn't doubt him. He was here. He was present. He loved her. She could feel it in the way he reached for her hand while driving. The way he bought her favorite wine without being asked. The way he listened to her talk about her students, about her art, about the small frustrations of her day. "You're so patient," Zara said over lunch one afternoon, almost 2 years in. "About what?" "Just. I don't know. Everything." She'd laughed. "We're building something real. That takes time." Zara had nodded. But something in her expression stayed quiet. That night, lying next to him while he slept, she'd stared at the ceiling and wondered what Zara had seen that she hadn't. But then he'd rolled over, pulled her close, murmured her name in his sleep. And the wondering stopped. The gallery opening came up on a Thursday. "There's this thing," she said, stirring pasta while he set the table. "An opening for that artist I told you about. Next month." "The one from your residency?" "Yeah. She's doing really well now." He smiled. "That's great. You should go. It's in another city. I'd need to stay the weekend." "Okay. Want me to come?" Her heart lifted. "You'd want to. If you want me there." "I always want you there." He brought plates to the counter. "Let me check my schedule." I think Steve has something that weekend, but I can probably move it. You don't have to move things. I know. But it's important to you. She watched him serve the pasta. Careful. Even portions. There's something else, she said. He looked up. They offered me a spot. In their residency program. His face opened. Genuine pleasure. Baby, that's incredible. It's a year. A year. He processed. Not upset. Just thinking. When would it start? 6 months from now. He nodded slowly. Set down the serving spoon. Okay. That's big. Yeah. But it's what you've been working toward. It is. He came around the counter. Took her hands. Then we'll figure it out. It's in another state. I know. For a whole year. I know. He squeezed her hands. But it's your dream. We'll make it work. She felt something loosen in her chest. You mean that? Of course I mean it. I love you. I'm not going anywhere. She kissed him. Hard. Relieved. We have time, he said against her mouth. 6 months to plan. We'll figure out visits, schedules, all of it. Okay. Okay. They ate dinner talking about logistics. Flights. Weekend visits. Video calls. It all felt manageable. Possible. Real. 3 weeks later, she brought it up again. Did you look at those flights? She asked, watching him scroll through his phone on the couch. For the residency. You said you'd check how much visits would cost. Oh, right. I forgot. He glanced up. I'll do it this weekend. Okay. He went back to his phone. She went back to her book. The weekend came. Then another. Then another. She didn't nag. Nagging felt like pressure, and she didn't want to pressure him. He was supportive. He'd said he'd figure it out. She trusted him. But when the program coordinator emailed asking for her housing preferences, she realized they hadn't talked about it in almost a month. Hey, she said one evening, bringing him tea while he worked on his laptop. I need to give them an answer about the residency. Already? It's been 6 weeks. He looked surprised. Has it? Yeah. Damn. Time flies. He took the tea. Thanks for this. So, what are you thinking? About? The residency. The plan. Oh. He set down his tea. Honestly? I've been swamped. Work's been insane. I know. Can we talk about it this weekend? When I can actually focus. She hesitated. They need an answer by Monday. Then let's talk Saturday. I promise. Full attention. Okay. Saturday came. His brother called. Family emergency. Not serious, but needed attention. Sunday he was exhausted. Monday morning she told the coordinator she needed 1 more week. I'm sorry, he said when she told him. I know I promised. It's okay. No, it's not. I've been flaky. You've been dealing with stuff. Still. He pulled her close. This week. I swear. We'll sit down properly and figure it out. She believed him. 2 weeks later, sitting across from him at their favorite restaurant, she tried again. So I've been thinking, she started. About? The residency. His fork paused. Right. I could come back once a month. Long weekends. That's a lot of traveling. I know. But it's doable. Yeah. He cut his steak. It's just. I don't know if I'm good at long distance. Her chest tightened. What do you mean? I mean I like having you here. Coming home to you. I know. I like that too. So it would be hard. That's all I'm saying. Hard. But not impossible. He looked at her. I'm not saying don't do it. But I'm being honest. A year's a long time. She put down her fork. What are you asking me to do? I'm not asking anything. I'm just. He sighed. Can we not decide tonight? We keep not deciding. I know. I just need to think about it more. You've had 2 months. And I've been trying to figure out how I feel. I don't want to say the wrong thing. She softened. Because he looked genuinely conflicted. Not dismissive. Not cruel. Just uncertain. Okay, she said quietly. Take your time. He reached across the table. Took her hand. Thank you for understanding. She squeezed back. 3 days later, she called the gallery and asked for an extension. They gave her 1 month. The month disappeared. Not dramatically. Not in fights or ultimatums. Just in the small frictions of daily life. His project at work. Her exhibition prep. His father's surgery. Her car breaking down. Life, dense and demanding, filling every gap where a serious conversation might have lived. "We'll talk this weekend," became their refrain. But weekends came with their own gravity. Groceries. Laundry. His friends visiting. Her family calling. The couch. The television. The easy routine of bodies that knew each other. She'd sit next to him, his arm around her shoulders, half watching a movie they'd both seen before, and think, now. Say something now. But he'd laugh at a scene, pull her closer, and the moment would feel too fragile to break. So she'd wait. And waiting had become what she was best at. "You still haven't decided?" Zara asked over the phone one Tuesday. "It's complicated. It's a yes or no question. Not when someone else is involved." Zara was quiet for a moment. "Does he want you to go?" "He says he does." "That's not what I asked." She stared at the acceptance letter on her desk. "He's scared of the distance." "And you're not." "Of course I am." "So what's the difference?" She didn't have an answer. That night, she made his favorite dinner. Set the table with candles. Not romantic. Just intentional. "What's the occasion?" he asked, smiling as he sat down. "No occasion. Just wanted to do something nice." They ate. Talked about his day. Her day. Normal things. Comfortable things. Then she said, "I have to give them an answer by Friday." He set down his fork. "The residency." "Yeah. Okay." He nodded. "Okay. Let's figure it out." "Really?" "Really. You've been so patient with me." "I know that." She felt relief flood through her. "I just need to know what you're thinking." "I think." He paused, choosing words carefully. "I think you should do it if it's what you really want." "I want to. But I also want us." "I want us too." "So, what does that look like?" He leaned back. "Honestly? I think we try it. See how it goes." "See how it goes?" "Yeah. Like, we don't have to have everything figured out right now. We take it month by month." She hesitated. "But what if it doesn't work?" "Then we'll deal with it." "Deal with it how?" "I don't know. But people figure this stuff out all the time, right?" She wanted to ask more. Wanted specifics. Plans. Commitments. But he was smiling at her, hopeful, and she didn't want to be the one who needed everything spelled out. "Okay," she said. Yeah. Month by month." He stood, came around the table, kissed her. "It's going to be fine. We're solid." She kissed him back and told herself he was right. 2 days later, she accepted the residency. The relief lasted exactly 1 week. Then the reality settled in. Housing deposits. Moving logistics. Scheduling. The actual mechanics of separation. "When do you leave?" his mom asked over Sunday dinner. 8 weeks. "That's soon." She looked at her son. "You're going with her to help move?" "Oh." He glanced at her. "I hadn't thought about that. I might have that conference." "You can miss a conference," his mother said. "It's important for work, Mom." She touched his hand. "It's fine. I can manage." His mom's expression shifted. Something she didn't say out loud. Later, in the car, she asked, "Is the conference the same weekend?" "I think so." "I'd have to check." "Okay. You're upset." "I'm not upset." "You sound upset." "I just thought you'd want to be there." "I do want to be there. It's just bad timing." She looked out the window. "Everything's bad timing lately." "That's not fair." She didn't respond. He reached over, took her hand. "I'm sorry. Let me check the dates. Maybe I can move some things." "You don't have to." "I want to." But when the weekend came, he didn't mention the conference again. And she didn't ask. She hired movers. The weeks before she left felt strange. Like they were both pretending nothing was changing while packing boxes that said otherwise. He helped when she asked. Held the tape while she sealed boxes. carried things to her car. But there was a distance in it. Not coldness. Just absence. "You're quiet," she said one night, folding clothes in the bedroom. "Just tired. Are you okay?" "About this." He looked at her. "I'm fine. You don't seem fine." "I'm just processing." "Processing what?" He sat on the edge of the bed. "You're leaving in 2 weeks." "I know. It just hit me today." Like, actually hit me. She sat next to him. "It's going to be okay." "Yeah. We'll talk every day." "I know. And I'll visit." "I know." But he still looked sad. She leaned her head on his shoulder. "I love you." "I love you too." They sat like that for a long time. The night before she left, they didn't talk about the residency at all. They ordered takeout, watched television, went to bed early. He held her tighter than usual. She memorized the weight of his arm. In the morning, he carried her bags to the car. "Drive safe," he said. "I will. Text me when you get there." "I will." He kissed her. Long and careful. "I'm going to miss you," he said. "I'm going to miss you too. But it's only a year." "Only a year." He smiled. She smiled back. Then she got in the car and drove away. She cried for the first hour. Then she stopped. Put on music. Tried to feel excited. By the time she crossed the state line, she'd almost convinced herself. The first month was hard but manageable. They texted constantly. Called every night. Video chatted on weekends. "How's the program?" he'd ask. "Intense. But good." "Making friends?" "A few." "Everyone's really talented." "Of course they are. You belong there." She'd smile. Feel grateful. Feel loved. "How's work?" she'd ask. "Same. Busy." "Steve's still driving you crazy?" "Always." They'd laugh. Talk about nothing. Everything. The easy rhythm they'd always had. But there were gaps. Small ones at first. Times when she'd call and he wouldn't answer. Sorry, was in a meeting. Times when he'd text that he was too tired to video chat. Long day. "Can we just talk tomorrow?" She understood. She was tired too. But the gap started to widen. By the second month, their nightly calls became every other night. Then twice a week. Then whenever they both had time. "I miss hearing your voice every day," she said during one call. "I know. I'm sorry. Work's been brutal." "It's okay. I just miss you." "I miss you too." "When are you visiting?" Pause. "I'm trying to figure that out. You said you'd come next month." "I know. I'm just waiting on this project to settle." "Okay. I promise I'll book something soon." "Okay." But soon became later. Later became, let's see how things go. She started to notice other things. When she talked about her work, he'd listen for a few minutes, then his attention would drift. When she shared something exciting, he'd say, "That's great," but his voice was flat. Once, she tested it. "I met with this incredible artist today," she said. She said she wants to set me on fire and use my ashes for a sculpture." "That's great, babe." She waited. "Wait, what?" He'd been scrolling his phone. "Nothing." "No, what did you say?" "It doesn't matter." "Hey, don't do that." "Do what?" "Get upset because I missed something." "I'm trying to listen." "I'm just distracted." She softened. Because he was trying. "I know. I'm sorry. Tell me again." About the artist. But the moment had passed. 3 months in, she flew home for a long weekend. He picked her up from the airport. Held her tight. Kissed her like he meant it. "I missed you so much," he said. "I missed you too." They went back to his apartment. The apartment that used to be theirs. Now it was just his. She noticed immediately. Not big things. Small shifts. The couch faced a different direction. New throw pillows. A different brand of coffee. "You redecorated," she said. "A little." "Is that okay?" "Of course. It looks good." But it felt like visiting someone else's space. They ordered dinner. Sat on the couch. His arm around her like always. But there was something hesitant in the way he touched her. Like he was remembering how. "This is nice," he said. "Yeah. I forgot how nice it is." Just being together. She wanted to say, we could do this more often. You could visit. I could come home more. But she didn't want to start something. They made love that night. Familiar and strange at once. His hands knew her body, but the rhythm was off. Like they were both trying too hard. Afterward, lying in the dark, he said, I hate how far away you are. I know. It's harder than I thought it would be. For me too. But you're doing what you love. I am. He was quiet for a moment. That's good. That's important. She wanted to ask, but what about us? Is that important? Instead, she said, only 9 more months. 9 months. He said it like a life sentence. The weekend passed quickly. Too quickly. Sunday night, packing her bag, she felt the dread creep back in. I wish you could stay longer, he said from the doorway. Me too. When can you come back? I don't know. Maybe a month. Okay. He drove her to the airport. Walked her to security. Held her for a long time before she had to go. I love you, he said. I love you too. She got in line. Looked back once. He was still standing there, hands in his pockets, watching. She waved. He waved back. On the plane, she felt the shape of something she couldn't name yet. By month 4, the calls became shorter. Hey, I only have a few minutes, he'd say. Okay. How are you? Good. Tired. You? Same. Cool. Well, I should go. Already? Yeah. Steve is waiting. We're grabbing dinner. Oh. Okay. I'll call you tomorrow? Sure. But tomorrow would come and go. She started calling less. Not out of anger. Just exhaustion. It was easier not to feel the disappointment of a rushed conversation or a missed call. Her friends at the residency noticed. You okay? Simone asked one afternoon in the studio. Yeah. Why? You've been quiet lately. Just focused. Simone didn't look convinced, but didn't push. That night, she tried calling him. It rang through to voicemail. She didn't leave a message. He texted an hour later. Sorry, was out with work people. Call tomorrow? She texted back, no worries. Talk soon. But they didn't talk the next day. Or the day after. 3 days later, he called. Hey, stranger, he said, trying to sound light. Hey. I'm sorry I've been MIA. It's fine. It's not. I've been terrible at this. You've been busy. Still. He paused. I miss you. I miss you too. When's your next break? Not until next month. Can't you come sooner? I have critiques. And the exhibition prep. Right. Of course. Silence. Are you okay? She asked. Yeah. Just. I don't know. This is hard. I know. Like, really hard. I know. Do you? The question landed wrong. What do you mean? I mean, you're there doing your thing. Making art. Meeting people. And I'm here just waiting. I'm not asking you to wait. You could come visit. I have work. So do I. I know. I'm not trying to fight. Then what are you trying to do? He sighed. I don't know. Forget it. I'm just tired. Okay. Another silence. I should go, he said. Early morning tomorrow. Okay. I love you. I love you too. He hung up. She stared at her phone for a long time. Month 5 brought the holidays. You're coming home for Thanksgiving, right? He asked during one of their brief calls. I can't. We have a group critique that week. Can't you miss it? It's a major part of the program. So is our relationship. She stopped walking. That's not fair. What's not fair is that I haven't seen you in 2 months. You could have visited. When? I've been drowning at work. And I've been drowning here. But I'm not making you feel guilty about it. I'm not trying to make you feel guilty. I'm trying to tell you I miss you. By making me feel bad for staying? That's not what I'm doing. She sat down on a bench outside the studio. What are we doing? What do you mean? This. Us. What are we doing? We're trying to make it work. Are we? Yes. At least I am. I'm trying to. Doesn't feel like it sometimes. Her throat tightened. That's not fair. Maybe not. But it's how I feel. She didn't know what to say. Look, he said, his voice softer. Can we just get through the holidays? You'll be home for Christmas, right? Yeah. Okay. So we'll see each other then. We'll figure it out. Okay. I'm sorry. I don't want to fight. Me neither. I love you. I love you too. After they hung up, she sat on that bench for 20 minutes. When she finally went back inside, Simone was waiting. You look like you need a drink, Simone said. I need several. They went to a bar near campus. Ordered wine. Sat in a corner booth. Want to talk about it? Simone asked. Not really. Okay. They drank in silence for a while. Then she said, How do you know when something's ending? Simone looked at her. Is it ending? I don't know. Maybe. I can't tell if we're just going through a hard time or if this is the beginning of the end. What does your gut say? She stared into her wine. My gut says I'm tired. Of him? Of trying so hard to hold on to something that feels like it's slipping away. Have you told him that? Not in those words. Maybe you should. Maybe. But she didn't. Christmas came. She flew home on the 23rd. He picked her up from the airport. He looked thinner. Tired. Hey, he said, pulling her into a hug. Hey. The hug lasted a long time. I missed you, he said into her hair. I missed you too. They drove back to his apartment. He'd cleaned. Put up a small tree. Tried. This is nice, she said. Yeah. They spent Christmas Eve together. Cooked dinner. Watched old movies. Tried to recapture something that felt increasingly far away. Some stories don't ask for your attention. They ask for your honesty. If this moment is touching something personal, sit with it. The story isn't done yet. In bed that night, he held her. I've been thinking, he said. About? Us. This whole thing. Her heart picked up. Okay. I don't think I can do this for another 7 months. She went very still. I'm not saying I want to break up, he continued quickly. I'm just saying this isn't working. The distance. The calls that don't happen. The visits that keep getting postponed. So what are you saying? I'm saying maybe you should think about coming home. She pulled back to look at him. Coming home? Not permanently. Just, maybe you could finish remotely or something. That's not how it works. But couldn't you ask? No. It's a residency. I have to be there. So you're choosing the program over us. That's not what this is. Isn't it? She sat up. You told me to go. You said we'd figure it out. I thought we would. We're trying. Are we? Because it feels like you're there and I'm here and we're just not together anymore. We're together right now. For 3 days. Then you leave again. She felt something crack open. What do you want me to do? I want you to want to be here. I do want to be here. But not enough to stay. That's not fair. Maybe not. But it's true. She stood. Walked to the window. Looked out at the street below. I worked so hard to get into this program, she said quietly. I know. I gave up things to be ready for it. I waited. I planned. I dreamed about it. I know. And now you're asking me to give it up. I'm not asking that. She turned. Then what are you asking? He sat on the edge of the bed. Head in his hands. I don't know. I just know I can't keep doing this. So you want me to come home or you want to break up? Those are my options. Don't make it sound like an ultimatum. What else is it? It's me being honest about what I can handle. She felt something shift. Something fundamental. You said you could handle a year. I thought I could. You promised. I was wrong. The words hung there. She walked back to the bed. Sat down. Not next to him. At the foot. So what now? She asked. I don't know. That's not an answer. It's the only one I have. She looked at him. Really looked. At the man she'd loved for 3 years. The man who'd felt like safety. Like home. I should go to bed, she said finally. Will you stay? Where else would I go? He reached for her hand. She let him take it. They lay down together. Apart but touching. She didn't sleep. She didn't think he did either. In the morning, they pretended. Made coffee. Small talk about Christmas plans with their families. Surface things. My mom's expecting us at 2, he said. Okay. You don't have to come if you don't want to. I want to. His mom hugged her at the door. Look at you. We've missed you around here. Dinner was normal. His family asked about the residency. She told them about her work. They listened, asked questions, were kind, but she felt like she was watching it all from outside her body. After dessert, his mother cornered her in the kitchen. How are you really? She asked quietly. I'm good. His mother gave her a look. The kind that said, I know my son. It's hard, she admitted. The distance. I can imagine. But we're managing. His mother was quiet for a moment. Then, when his father and I were young, he took a job overseas for 6 months. I thought we'd never survive it. But you did. We did. But it changed things. Distance does that. Even when you come back together, something's different. She didn't know what to say to that. I'm not trying to scare you, his mother continued. I just want you to know that whatever you're feeling, whatever choices you have to make, they're yours to make. Not his. Not mine. Yours. Thank you. His mother squeezed her arm. You're a good person. Don't forget that. They left around 9. Drove home in silence. My mom corner you? He asked. A little. She means well. I know. Back at the apartment, they got ready for bed mechanically. Brushed teeth. Changed clothes. The choreography of intimacy without the intimacy. In bed, he turned to her. Can I ask you something? He said. Okay. Are you happy there? She thought about it. Really thought. Sometimes. When I'm working. When I forget to be lonely. But you're lonely. Yeah, me too. They looked at each other in the dark. I don't want to lose you, he said. I don't want to lose you either. So, what do we do? I don't know. He moved closer. Kissed her. She kissed him back. They made love quietly, carefully, like they were afraid of breaking something already broken. After, she lay awake listening to him breathe. She left the day after Christmas. I'll call you when I land, she said at the airport. Okay. And we'll figure this out. Okay. He kissed her. I love you. I love you too. But saying it felt different now. Like words that had lost some meaning. On the plane, she stared out the window and felt nothing. Month 6 was quieter. They talked less. Texted in brief exchanges. How are you? Good. You? Same. She threw herself into her work. Spent long hours in the studio. Created pieces that were darker than before. More raw. These are powerful, her mentor said during a critique. What changed? Nothing. Everything. Her mentor nodded. It shows. One night, she went out with her cohort. Dancing. Drinks. Forgetting. A guy named Daniel bought her a drink. You're talented, he said. I saw your piece in the group show. Thanks. You want to dance? She almost said no. Then thought, why not? They danced. Nothing happened. But she felt something shift. Permission. To exist outside the space she'd carved for herself in relation to him. When she got home, she had 3 missed calls. She called back. Hey, he said. Where were you? Out with friends. Oh, you didn't mention you were going out. I didn't know I needed to. You don't. I called and you didn't answer. I'm sorry. I wasn't looking at my phone. It's fine. Silence. Are you okay? She asked. Yeah. I just wanted to hear your voice. Well, here I am. Yeah. He paused. Did you have fun? I did. Good. That's good. But he didn't sound like he thought it was good. I should sleep, she said. It's late here. Right. Yeah. I'll talk to you later. Okay. I love you. She closed her eyes. Love you too. After she hung up, she sat on her bed for a long time. Then she opened her laptop and looked at apartment listings near the residency. 1-bedrooms. Studios. Places that were hers alone. She didn't send him the links. Month 7 brought the midpoint critique. Her most important presentation. She worked for 3 weeks on the installation. Barely slept. Barely ate. Just created. The night before the critique, she called him. Hey, he answered. Background noise. Voices. Hi. Is this a bad time? Hold on. The noise faded. A door closed. Sorry. At a work thing. What's up? My big critique is tomorrow. Oh shit. That's tomorrow. Yeah. I'm sorry. I thought it was next week. I told you last month. I know. I've had a lot going on. She felt the disappointment settle. Familiar now. It's fine. No, it's not. I should have remembered. You're going to be amazing. Thanks. I mean it. You're incredibly talented. I know you mean it. You don't sound like you believe me. I'm just tired. You should rest. Big day tomorrow. Yeah. Hey, he said, voice softer. I really am proud of you. Okay. I love you. I love you too. She hung up and realized she'd been hoping he'd remember. Hoping he'd ask what time. What she was presenting. Anything that showed he was paying attention. But he hadn't. The critique went well. Better than well. This is your strongest work yet, her mentor said. You've found something real here. She felt pride. And underneath it, sadness. Because the person she most wanted to tell wasn't someone she could call anymore without feeling the weight of it. She texted him instead. Critique went really well. He responded 3 hours later. That's amazing. Knew you'd kill it. She typed and deleted 5 different responses. Finally sent. Thanks. That night, Simone invited her to a party. Come on, Simone said. You never come out anymore. I'm not in the mood. Which is exactly why you should come. She went. The party was in someone's loft. Music. Wine. Artists talking about their work. She stood in the corner nursing a drink. Daniel found her. You avoiding everyone? He asked. Just observing. How'd your critique go? Good. Really good. Congratulations. Thanks. They talked for a while. About art. About the program. Easy conversation. No, wait. Can I ask you something? He said. Sure. You're always sad. Why? She laughed. I'm not always sad. Okay. Mostly sad. Is it that obvious? Kind of. She looked into her wine. Long-distance relationship. It's harder than I thought. Yeah. Is it worth it? The question caught her off guard. What? The relationship. Is it worth being this sad? She opened her mouth. Closed it. Sorry, he said. That was too personal. No, it's a fair question. You don't have to answer. But she wanted to. Needed to. I don't know anymore, she said quietly. Daniel nodded. Didn't push. I should go, she said. Yeah, me too. Walking home, she thought about the question. Is it worth it? 3 years ago, the answer would have been immediate. Obvious. Yes. Now, she didn't know. Month 8 arrived with spring. The weather warmed. The campus greened. Everything felt like renewal except her. You should come home for Easter, he said during a call. I can't. I have studio time scheduled. Can't you reschedule? Not really. So I just don't get to see you. You could come here. I've told you. Work is insane right now. It's always insane. That's not fair. Isn't it? You haven't visited once. Because I can't just drop everything. But I can. You're the one who left. The words hit like a slap. I didn't leave, she said carefully. I went to a program. That we agreed on. We agreed I'd support it. Not that I'd be okay with it. That's the same thing. No, it's not. She felt something inside her go quiet. Very quiet. What are you saying? She asked. I'm saying I tried. I really tried. But I can't do this anymore. Her heart was pounding, but her voice stayed level. Can't do what? This. Us. Like this. So you want to break up? I want you to come home. That's not going to happen. Then I don't know what to tell you. She sat down on her bed. You're really doing this. I'm being honest. You're giving me an ultimatum. I'm telling you what I need. And what I need doesn't matter. That's not what I said. It's what you're saying. He was quiet. Then, I love you. You know that. Do I? Of course you do. I've always loved you. But not enough. That's not fair. None of this is fair. She could hear him breathing on the other end, trying to find words. I don't want to lose you, he said finally. Then don't. But I can't keep doing this. So you're losing me. You're just making it my fault. That's not what I'm doing. Isn't it? You're saying come home or we're done. How is that not making me choose? Because I'm not the one who left. There it was again. Left. I'm going to go, she said. Wait. I need to think. Can we please just talk about this? We are talking about it. You're telling me what you need. I'm telling you I can't give it to you. There's nothing left to say. There's everything left to say. Then say it. Silence. I thought so, she said quietly. Goodbye. She hung up. He called back immediately. She didn't answer. He texted, please. Can we just talk? She turned off her phone. For 3 days, she didn't turn it back on. She went to the studio. Worked. Ate when Simone forced her to. Slept when exhaustion won. On the 4th day, she turned her phone on. 17 missed calls. 23 texts. She didn't read them all. Just the most recent. I'm sorry. I don't want this to be over. Please call me. She stared at the message for a long time. Then she called. Thank God, he said when he answered. I've been going crazy. I needed space. I know. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have pushed. No. You shouldn't have. Can we start over? This conversation. I don't think starting over helps. Then what do we do? She looked out her window. Students crossing the quad. Spring sun. Life continuing. I think we need to be realistic, she said. About what? About what this is. What we are. We're together. Are we? Yes. We haven't seen each other in 4 months. We barely talk. When we do talk, we fight. We're going through a rough patch. This isn't a rough patch. This is who we are now. No. This is the distance. Once you're home. I'm not coming home. Silence. I have 4 months left, she continued. I'm finishing the program. Okay. And I don't think we should keep doing this. Doing what? Pretending this is working. So you want to break up? She closed her eyes. I think we need to. Because I asked you to come home. Because we want different things. We want each other. Do we? Or do we want the idea of each other? That's not fair. Maybe not. But it's true. She could hear him breathing. Uneven. I don't accept this, he said. You don't have to accept it. But it's happening. You're really doing this. I am. Over the phone. Would you rather I fly home so you can watch me say it? I'd rather you not say it at all. But I am saying it. Silence. I love you, he said. Voice breaking. I love you too. But it's not enough anymore. It could be. If you just don't. Please don't. He stopped. I'm sorry, she said. I really am. Yeah, me too. Take care of yourself. You too. She waited to see if he'd say anything else. He didn't. Goodbye, she said softly. Goodbye. She hung up. Then she sat on her bed and felt nothing. Not relief. Not sadness. Just emptiness. The next few weeks were strange. She kept expecting to feel something. The crash. The grief. The heartbreak. But it was quieter than that. She worked. She ate. She slept. She existed. You okay? Simone asked one morning. Yeah. You sure? You seem. I don't know. Absent. I'm fine. Just focused. Simone didn't look convinced, but didn't push. The truth was she didn't know what she felt. Relieved, maybe. That the waiting was over. That she didn't have to manage someone else's expectations anymore. But also sad. Not the dramatic kind. Just the dull ache of something that used to matter. She deleted his number from her favorites. Archived their text thread. Removed the photos from her lock screen. Small erasures that felt necessary. One night, she went out with the group. Everyone was celebrating the end of midterms. Daniel sat next to her at the bar. You look better, he said. Better than what? Better than you've looked in months. Thanks, I think. He smiled. I mean it. You seem lighter. I ended things. With the boyfriend? Yeah. How do you feel? Honest answer? Always. I don't know yet. Fair enough. They drank, talked, laughed at someone's terrible karaoke. It was easy, uncomplicated. When she got home that night, she almost texted him out of habit to tell him about her night. Then she remembered. And didn't. Month 9 came quietly. She stopped checking if he'd viewed her social media. Stopped writing texts she wouldn't send. Stopped wondering what he was doing. Her work got stronger, clearer. Less about loss and more about discovery. You're really coming into your own, her mentor said during a one-on-one. Whatever was blocking you before is gone. I guess I had to let something go. And did you? Yeah, I did. Her mentor nodded. It shows. She started saying yes to things. Gallery openings. Weekend trips. Dinner parties. Life beyond her studio. One Saturday, she went hiking with a group. Daniel was there. They walked together, talking about everything and nothing. At the summit, looking out over the valley, he asked, "Can I ask you something?" "Sure. Do you regret it?" She thought longer than she expected to. "No," she said. "But I still think about it." "The relationship? The waiting?" He nodded, not trying to fix it. "That makes sense." They stood there quietly, the wind moving past them, neither rushing the moment into something else. "For what it's worth," he said, "I think you made the right choice." "Thanks. And if you ever want to grab coffee, or dinner, or just talk, I'm around." She looked at him. "Is this you asking me out?" "Maybe. Is that okay?" "Not yet," she said. "Not because I don't like you. Just because I don't want to rush into becoming someone new before I finish being who I am now." He listened. Didn't interrupt. Didn't reassure. "That makes sense," he said finally. She nodded. She didn't promise anything back. The final month of the program was intense. Final projects, exhibitions, portfolio reviews, endings and beginnings. She barely slept, barely stopped working. Created her best piece yet. An installation about waiting. About the space between yes and no. About choosing movement over comfort. The night of the final exhibition, standing next to her work, she felt something settle. Pride. But also peace. "This is extraordinary," a gallery owner said. "I'd love to talk to you about representation." "Really?" "Really. Here's my card. Call me next week." After the opening, the cohort went out to celebrate. They drank too much. Danced too long. Hugged too tight. "We did it," Simone said, arms around her. "We actually did it." "We did. What's next for you?" She thought about the gallery offer. The apartment she'd found for next year. The life she was building. "I don't know yet," she said. "But I'm excited to find out." That night, lying in bed, she thought about him for the first time in weeks. Wondered if he was okay. If he'd moved on. If he ever thought about her. Then she let it go. Some questions didn't need answers. The day she moved out of student housing, packing her car, her phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. Then she realized. She'd deleted his contact, but not his number from her phone. The text said, "I saw your exhibition online. It's beautiful. I'm proud of you." She stared at it for a long time. Then typed, "Thank you." She almost added more. Almost said she missed him. Almost asked how he was. Instead, she hit send and put her phone away. 2 days later, driving to her new apartment, another text came. "I'm sorry. For everything. I should have been better." She pulled over. Read it 3 times. Typed, "I'm sorry too." Added, "I hope you're doing okay." His response came quickly, "I'm getting there." "You?" "Yeah, I am." "That's good. That's really good." She waited to see if he'd say more. He didn't. She put the phone down and kept driving. 6 months after the program ended, she was installing a piece in a group show when Simone called. "You'll never guess who I ran into," Simone said. "Who?" "Your ex." Her hands stopped moving. "Where?" "Coffee shop downtown." "I wasn't sure if I should tell you." "No, it's okay." "How did he seem?" Good, actually. Different. Like he'd grown up or something. Did he ask about me? Yeah. I told him you were doing great. That you have a gallery show coming up. What did he say? He smiled. Said he always knew you would. She sat down on the gallery floor. That's it. That's it. Oh, and he said to tell you congratulations. If I saw you. Okay. You okay? Yeah, I am. And she was. A year after the program ended, she opened her first solo show. The gallery was packed. Press. Collectors. People who mattered. Daniel was there, her boyfriend of 6 months. Patient. Kind. Present in ways that felt easy. You did it, he said, kissing her cheek. We'll see what people think. They're going to love it. And they did. At the end of the night, after everyone had left, she stood alone in the gallery looking at her work. Pieces about transformation. About becoming. About the space between who you were and who you're becoming. Her phone buzzed. A text from that deleted number. One last time. I'm so proud of you. You deserved all of this. I'm sorry I couldn't be the person who helped you get here. She read it twice. Then typed, thank you for letting me go. Added, I hope you find someone who wants the same some days you do. His response took a few minutes. I hope you found everything you were looking for. She looked around the gallery. Her name on the wall. Her work in the world. Her life, finally, her own. She typed, I'm getting there. Then, take care of yourself. You too. She didn't save his number. Didn't archive the thread to revisit later. Just closed the conversation and walked out into the night. Daniel was waiting outside. Ready? He asked. She took his hand. Yeah, I am. They walked toward the car, toward whatever came next, and she didn't look back. Not because it didn't matter, but because it already had. Sometimes, late at night, she still thought about the word. Someday. Not with anger. Not with longing. Just with the quiet understanding that he hadn't lied to her. Someday had always been honest. It simply wasn't a date. And by the time she was ready to stop waiting, she had already become someone who couldn't. Not because she didn't love him, but because love, left too long in the space between certainty and comfort, eventually asks a different question. Not who do you choose, but when. Thank you for staying with the story. If quiet love stories like this matter to you, AFROSEOUL Hearts will always be here. You're welcome to stay.